creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. With no point of reference, you spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of life. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born. The vapor of your planet. It's the stars who made to worship so alive. I can see your heart in everything you made. Every burning star, a single thought. Creation sings your praises so loud. God of your promise, don't speak in vain. Syllable into your voice. For once you nature and stars follow the sound of your as you speak. 100 billion creatures catch your breath. If nothing is pursuit of what you said, if it all reveals a nature so alive, I can see your heart in everything you say. Every pain is scar, canvas of your grace. With creation still amazing so alive. So if the stars are made to worship so alive. If the mountains are so if the oceans of your greatness so alive. If everything exists to lift you high, so alive. If the wind is racing, so salvation. Chase down my heart through all of my failure and pride. On a hill you created, the light of the world, abandoned in darkness to die. And as you speak, can find it here. If you let the grave behind you, so I see like you again, a hundred million times. A man's girl, the one that leaves the one. Hello, 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 hello. Can you all hear me? Make sure you can hear me. Make sure you can see me. If you can hear me, show me some hearts so I can see you. Make sure you're on. Okay. All right. Let's see who's all on. Come on, let's like, share, and start a watch party. We need you to like this video, share this video, and start a watch party. We have some important nuggets that we want to share. I wanted to share this on my birthday, So come on and share this video with your friends. Call your friends, let them know that A Better Way Consulting Concepts is on, so we can get started with our presentation tonight. So yeah, come on, like, share, call your friends, call your neighbors. Hey, Sister Lenore. Hey, Karen. Yes, yes, like, share. Come on, let's share this information. And we're going to get started right away. I hope everyone's had a blessed day today. Lenore, I tried to call you back, but it kept on saying your phone was busy. So I don't know what that meant, but I don't know what that was about, but okay. All right. So yeah, we have a lot of information to share with you all. Important information. Thank you. We have some important information that affects everybody that was born of a woman. All right. Everybody that was born of a woman. This is some important information we must share. And so we want you to share this information, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and jump and get right on in. For those people who may be listening via Facebook or Zoom or YouTube, I am Yolanda Kagler. I am the CEO and founder and consultant for A Better Way Consulting Concepts. A Better Way Consulting Concepts is a healthcare consultation agency. So we go in and we help facilities, make sure, nursing facilities, that is, make sure that we help facilities stay within the standards of their federal and state guidelines. In addition to that, you know, we do mock surveys. I do mystery shopping. So when people call and want to know how their facility is scoring, they usually call my company, and I go in and act like I'm shopping for a nursing home. All right. And so when I go do that, you know, I kind of build them up on customer service. So not only am I there to making sure they're, you know, complying with federal and state guidelines, I'm doing that as well. An intricate part is, before I got to be all of that, I am a social worker for the state of Georgia. So I work in the state of Georgia and social worker over 20 something years. Yeah, mine was like 24 years, 25 years, 24 years, because I'll be, yeah, maybe 23, 24 years. Tried to teach school at first, but I don't do the little people, can't do the little people. So I'm a social worker. That is my career. So I work in long-term care. I work in healthcare. So not only do I have a company that specializes in long-term care, which is nursing home. When I say long-term care, that's your nursing home. So not only am I doing that, but I literally work in long-term care and in healthcare in a hospital setting type. So that's what I do. So what does that have to do with advanced directives? It has absolutely everything to do with advanced directives, because when families come in, they see me, the social worker, when it's time to speak about what are your wishes. No, that's the doctor may come, but they're going to always send that social worker back to you. All right. If you're in a nursing home, you're going to be talking to the social worker, not the doctor, not the nurse. You're going to talk to the social worker about your wishes. If you go into a short-term rehab, such as what you call it, if you go in for select specialty, that's what we call it. It used to be Kindred. It used to be something else downtown. If you're just going in there for rehab, that's a question they're going to ask. Now, with COVID-19 and with coronavirus, this is a question and a topic we must address, because what's happened is it's affected plenty of people, all right? It affected old, it affected young. It killed old and it killed young. And so we didn't know what we saw in the hospitals and nursing homes. We didn't know what people's wishes are. And then it becomes a battle. It becomes an issue with families because somebody want this and somebody want that. Mama may have wanted this, but it wasn't documented, blase, blase, blase. It's a lot of dynamics when we're talking about advanced directives. And we're going to jump right in. If you have questions, please put them in the box. Type them in the box so I can see it and I'll address your questions. But I want to be as transparent as I can. So again, for those who are logging in, I am Yolanda Cagler. I am the CEO, consultant, and founder of A Better Way Consulting Concepts. And my website is www.abetterwayconsultingconcepts, just like it's on my header, A Better Way Consulting Concepts, if you're viewing via Facebook. So we have some important information we're going to share. So put your questions in the box. This is not a comfortable conversation. First of all, I want you all to imagine. I think I need to give myself some lighting. Hold on. Okay, let's see if that's better. All right. First of all, I want you all to imagine, okay? All of us are, all of us was born of a woman, okay? We weren't born of an animal, but even if we were born of an animal, one thing for sure, everybody that was born has to die, all right? Everybody that was born has to die. If you believe that, come on, give me some hearts and let me know you listening to me. If you believe that, come on, give me some hearts. Everybody that was born must die. That is an appointment that you're gonna keep, all right? You ain't gonna be late for it. You're not gonna miss that appointment. When it says, guess what? You gotta answer, all right? So if you know that you were born of a woman, you're gonna die. I don't know how else to put it. We're gonna die. All of us will keep that appointment and we will go to somebody's funeral home or not. Maybe we'll be cremated, I don't know, but we all gotta go to a funeral home. But all of us is gonna die. The problem becomes, we don't know if you want us to try to sustain your life or just let you go. Because 9 times out of 10, if God's coming to get you, you gonna just die, okay? That's just it. I don't believe every person that goes into cardiac arrest is gonna die. I don't believe that. And statistically, and that's been proven, everyone that has a stroke is not gonna just die just like that because they had a stroke. Everybody that has diabetes and hypertension is bad, okay? It is bad, but everybody's just not gonna get diabetes and just die. We're all gonna die, but what I'm saying is those comorbidities doesn't mean you're gonna go straight to death, okay? This is what the problem becomes. When you get sick and we don't know what your wishes are, you may have had conversations. Give me a thumbs up if you all had conversations. If you've talked about what you want to happen, if you've talked about what you want to happen when you stop breathing, give me some thumbs up to tell me you've had that conversation with somebody. If you had it with your spouse, with your sister, your brother, your children, I want to know, have you had that conversation? This is how the conversations go. I don't want to be on a breathing machine. That's what we say. I don't want to be on a breathing machine. Well, I don't want nobody to try to bring me back. And I don't want this and I don't want that. Guess what? If it's not documented, that's the problem. So we're going to have a candid conversation about advanced directives. Okay, so when you go to the doctor the next time, you need to give yourself credit for listening to me, and you need to share this video or tag people so they can hear, because this is a conversation for everybody. It doesn't matter, you know, don't think you're exempt from this conversation. All right, advanced directives. What is advanced directives, Yolanda? You use this big old terminology. What is an advanced directive? Well, it's simple. Let's break the word down. Advanced directives. Let's take directives off and put advanced directions. Bottom line, that's what it is. Advanced directions. So I came up for my birthday. I could have had a virtual birthday party, but I said, no, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. And we are perishing in the African-American community because there's a conversation we don't want to talk about. We don't want to hear it, okay? We don't want to listen. We don't want to hear it. We are the highest culture, race that do not, listen to what I'm saying, that do not document our wishes. We don't document our wishes, nor do we have last wills and testament. But that's another Zoom and Facebook Live, because I do those as well. We have to do a better job. Don't have people, and this is the biggest thing, people fight, okay? People argue. People fall out with each other because you told one person this and you told another person that, and everybody clashing when it's time to make that decision. So we can't even do what we need to do in the hospitals, in the nursing homes. We can't do what we need to do because you didn't document. I had my first heart attack in 2005. 2005. Had my first heart attack. I forgot how I was in 2000. I'm 48 today, so 1972 to 2005. I don't even know how old I was. I think I was 30 something. Okay, 2005. Had my first heart attack. I was at home, blood pressure at the roof, had to call 911, be transported to Wellstar Douglas Hospital. First heart attack. Had my second heart attack in 2007. Second heart attack. Had my third heart attack 2009, all right? Diagnosed with cancer 2011 or 12. So I have an advanced directive. After my first heart attack in 2005, my first heart attack in 2005 at age 30, I wasn't even 35 yet. I think I was like 32, 33. Somebody do the math for me. Let me know how old I was in 2005. I was born in 1972. I'm not good at math. I had my first heart attack in 2005. So guess what I did? I, being a social worker, know that I needed an advanced directive. So guess what I did? I documented it. So my advanced directive, and we're going to go through what they are. I documented, I have advanced directive. So when I go to the doctor, now they uploaded my information. They know if something happens to me. I had pneumonia 2 years ago. So guess what? Northside already knew because Kaiser had it already in that system. Okay, if she does this, this is what we're supposed to do. Let people know, document what you want to do, okay? This is important information. So advanced directives are directions in advance. I know I use advanced directives because legally that's what the term is, but they are merely directions in advance. Come on and share this information. Share your video, invite your people. Thank you. I was 33 years old. Share this information with your team, with your friends. I was 33 years old, had my first heart attack in 2005. Okay, had 3. But after that first heart attack in 2005, it's now 2020. In 2020, I have an advanced directive. My family know my wishes. All right, I have a living will and I am a do not resuscitate. Okay, we're going to talk about all of that. So you've had that conversation. Am I right? Give me some hearts if you had that conversation with somebody. You've told somebody you do not want to be on a machine. You've told somebody you don't want dialysis. You've told somebody that you don't want a feeding tube. You've told somebody you don't want hospice. You've told somebody that. Am I right? Yeah, I know you did. I know, because I know us. All right. You've told somebody that. So I want you to go back and listen to what you said. And imagine that when you go into the hospital and something happens to you in the hospital, you go into cardiac arrest. Guess what we're going to start doing? We're going to do CPR. You've had all those conversations. If you go into cardiac arrest, whether you stop breathing, whether you don't have a heartbeat, and you don't have a pulse, we're going to do CPR. All right? This is the problem. Some of us don't want CPR. That's me. I don't want CPR. If I'm without heartbeat, without respirations, without breathing, I want to take my natural death. That's what's documented for me. All right? What do you want documented? Think about it. Think about it. What do I want? All right? Number 1, the first advanced directive is no advanced directive at all, which means that if you come into the hospital, guess what? You have no advanced directive. That means you are what we call a full code. Yolanda, what is a full code? A full code is chest compressions, breathing in your mouth, and you're going to be put on a ventilator. Yes, you're going to be put on a ventilator. Unless you are probably a super strong young person, you may not, but 95% after they go and breathe in your mouth and we get a heartbeat, breath, and respirations, you're going on a ventilator if we are successful in bringing you back. So think about it. Did you write that one down? You want to be a full code. Let me tell you the risk of full code. The older we get, the older we become, this chest cavity right here, it's full body weight put on that chest. People sometimes straddle you and they're pumping. I've seen 300-pound nurses, doctors straddle somebody that may be a $105. And the next thing we know, because when codes happen in the hospital, social workers have to run to the code too. So I've heard plenty of chest cavities pop. All right. So then you got the chest cavity popping and now you're on a ventilator. If that's what you want, you need to document that you want all, what we could say, all heroic measures. You want all heroic measures. That means your CPR. That means you want your ventilator. That means that you want your hyperal. That means you want your feeding tube. That means you want hospice. You want it all. That's what needs to be documented in your advance directive. Because even though you want all that, there are some family members that still want to fight the hospital staff, because they say, well, I don't want that for my mama. Well, it's not what you want for your mama, it's what your mama wants for your mama. So your mama needs to document, your daddy needs to document. That's the first advance directive. Full code, I want everything, all right? The next thing is what we call a do not resuscitate. You're gonna hear that term, do not resuscitate, or you're gonna hear do not, or DNR. Do not resuscitate means that if let's just say I'm walking in Walmart. Now, and I'm gonna just be honest with you. If you walking in Walmart, unless you carry your paperwork in your purse, nobody would know, okay? But let's just say I drop. Let's say you're at home and you just drop. Boom, you drop. You don't have a heartbeat. You don't have any respiration. And you don't have a pulse, all right? Pulse, respiration, and heartbeat, all right? So let's say you're absent from all of that. Do not resuscitate means that if we walk in, we find you like that. If you're at home, if you're in the hospital, we'll let you take your natural death. Meaning we're not going to do any heroic measures. We're not going to try to bring you back. Think about that. When I chose do not resuscitate for me, I've been in healthcare over 20-something years, okay? Quality of life is my choice. I don't want somebody coming to look at me with a machine breathing for me. I don't want my daughter who's now 22, I don't want her having to make that decision, because that's traumatic once you've brought your mom back and she's breathing and she's not talking. Quality of life is important for me. If quality of life is important to you, let me see some hearts. When I say quality of life, that means you want to be able to get up, stretch, do what you got to do, celebrate your 48th birthday. You know, that's quality of life. Do you want quality of life, or do you want to, be saved and be on a machine? So for me, it was do not resuscitate. Don't just let me go. Now, do not resuscitate means that does not mean that I won't get treatment. That means if I get sick or I have a heart attack, like I had pneumonia and all that stuff, although I was do not resuscitate, I still got treatment. It was if I would have coded, if I would have just went out, because they told me I was at 8% lung capacity. Yeah, I was in the hospital 2 years ago. Okay? 2 years ago, I was in the hospital. And they told me I wasn't gonna make it home. They admitted me to the hospital from Kaiser. I was a direct admit. So make up your mind. You want quality of life? Or you want all the heroic measures? Do you want your family coming to look at you as a machine that's breathing for you? All right? What do you want? Okay? What do you want to happen? Do you want your children, your spouse, your parents, your siblings to come and see, your grandchildren come see you lay down and a machine is breathing for you? I don't think y'all want that, but that's your decision. Thank you, First Lady Calandra. I don't think y'all want that, okay? But just think about it, all right? So I'm gonna do not resuscitate. That's the second advance directive. The third advance directive is DNI, do not intubate. Okay, what's the difference? Because you could get CPR and they could be successful, but you may not want to go on that machine. So what happens is we start pumping, you got heartbeat come back, pulse come back, respiration comes back. We got all that, all right? but you may need to go on a machine to sustain it. So you can choose, I don't want to be intubated. That's your ventilator. All right. That's the tube down your throat. And the machine, which is about this big, breathe for you. All right. Now, some people are successful with intubation. Some people are successful being intubated. All right. Some people come off ventilators. All right. A lot of people with COVID came off with ventilators. It was so many people on ventilators because guess what? There were no documented advanced directives. So everybody that had symptoms of COVID and it was bad, you had to go on a ventilator because nobody wrote down what they wanted. All right. So that's number 3. So we got full cold. I want everything. Do not resuscitate. I want treatment, but I do not want to be resuscitated if I don't have a heartbeat, if I don't have respiration, and if I don't have a pulse. That's what I don't want. You know, if you're that's a DNR. The third one is do not intubate. Those are your 3 options. Full cold, do not resuscitate, do not intubate. Now, the state of Georgia have this form called POST, P-O-L-S-T, a POST form. And on the POST form, you have to choose when you go to the hospital, and it's documented, but it doesn't go into detail about what I'm going to go into next. A POST form is something that goes from healthcare agency to healthcare agency. I do so many of them in the hospital. So when you leave there, you know, if you got a POST form, most of the time the POST form says you do not want to be resuscitated. So if you go into a nursing home, you take that form to you and you don't have to do those forms again in the nursing home. Okay, so that's a POST form. What each one of us need to have, everybody, I don't care how young you are, how old you are. What did I say earlier? Everybody born of a woman is gonna what? Is gonna die. Now, if y'all believe that, show me some hearts. Everybody born of a woman is going to die. That means you're gonna have an appointment at somebody's funeral home. Nobody, absolutely nobody's gonna escape that. We've already determined that everybody's gonna die. Everybody, okay? So we gotta determine, hey, what I want to do. So these are the forms that you need. You can have a living will, all right? What is a living will? A living will is going on to what you specifically said that you wanted to happen. So that's when you're going to document specifically what you want. It's a living will. Now, let's talk about the living will. The living will is under no way has anything to do with your estate. That's a separate entity. We can do another Zoom on that because I do that work as well. You don't need a lawyer for any of this I'm talking about. So y'all going to pay them grands, 5 and 7. Somebody was just blown away that I helped them with their will. And I told her my price and she was like, oh, I was going to pay $700. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But we're going to talk about that later. But a living will, it says what it says, living. What I want while I'm living. It does not say, you know, that I'm going on. My living will, you're going to be able to talk about, do I want to be a full code? Do I want a tube feeding? Do I want hydration? You know, hydration is your, what I call it, you call it, hydration is your, what did you call it? Your IVs. So you want hypertension, your hydration and your feeding tube. Do you want that? Think about it. All right, think about it. The other thing is you can put in your living will if you want to be cremated or if you don't want to be cremated. Because some people be like, nope, because I'm one of them. You ain't gonna burn me. I ain't going to hell. So therefore, you ain't gonna burn me up. You know, I don't knock anybody like cremation. I don't want to be cremated. Put my body in the ground. All right. So I ain't going to hell and I don't want to be burned up. All right. So you can put that in your living will. If you want your body donated to research, You can put that in your living will, okay? All of this is telling everybody, giving them directions in advance as to what you want to happen, all right? Don't let somebody, don't talk about end of life at the end of your life. It's an emotional time, okay? So your living will, you can put all of that in there. So Yolanda, what is a medical power of attorney? So let's talk about medical powers of attorneys. That's a form of an advance directive. Medical, well, listen to what I said. Medical power of attorneys, all right? Medical power of attorneys is specifically what it says, medical. Now, we've had some people have a medical power of attorney. They give somebody a medical power of attorney, that person think they can go to the bank. Absolutely not. Can't use a medical power of attorney in a bank like you can't use a financial power of attorney for medical, all right? So that's two different things. Your medical power of attorney means I'm naming someone to make medical decisions for me when I am deemed incapacitated by a physician, all right? And you can say, I want one physician to say it, or I want two physicians to say it, all right? So you got all that you can say in your living will, all right? You can say all that in your living will. So make sure you figure out somebody who's gonna work in your best interest, okay? Somebody who ain't gonna just say, no, I'll kill her off, The next question was, one of the questions was, can I have a living will and an advance directive? Absolutely, you can have both. You can put down specifically what you want, or you can just not have a living will and make all the decisions for your family member. Now that becomes tricky. Let me just, y'all, that becomes drama sometimes. Oh God, that becomes drama. That becomes drama. Listen, wills are not secret, okay? They're not secret things. It's not something that you need to be hush hush about it. Everybody in your family that, everybody in your family that's important to you and you want them to help make a decision, have a conversation. Let them know what you're doing so it won't be no fight when you get to the nursing home or the hospital. So you can have both. So I have a question. Are all of these forms in a packet, or are they forms we would have to get from different places? No. You can decide which one you want. If you want me to complete it with you or for you, I do a consultation and then we go over specifically what you want. So no, the living will is a separate form, the medical power of attorney is a separate form, and your financial power of attorney is a separate form. So you just have to decide if you want someone to help you with it, to make sure you're documenting it correctly, or if you just want to go out on your own, you can do that as well. But my consultation comes with sitting down with you to discuss, again, what we're discussing, and making sure when I bring your documents that you're signing and that you understand what you're signing, all right? So living will, medical power of attorney, you can have both, or you could just have a living will. And that means if you have the living will, people can just follow your living will. Or if you want to name somebody, then you name whoever you want to make those decisions for you. Because let's just be honest, what if there is something else and you become incapacitated? Let's say you have dementia. Let me tell you, people with dementia live a long time sometimes. They live a long, they just don't have their cognitive status, but they live a long time. And there may be some things that need to be, some decisions that need to be made that's not documented in your living will, like an amputation, like if I need to go on dialysis. But unless that's documented in your living will, that person with the medical power of attorney should be able to relay, what they want. Only when you are incapacitated, you got to be incapacitated. Okay, so that's when a medical power of attorney come into place. All right. The third thing everybody needs whether you married or not. Here we went, all my married people, hit hearts and up and thumbs up. Listen to what I'm going to tell you. Every married person need a financial power of attorney. You heard me. Every married person needs a financial power of attorney. Why? I'm married. You are married. Kudos to you. I was once married, but I ain't married no more. And I'm good with that. But, you know, everybody needs a financial power of attorney. You learn why I need that. I have a marriage license. I have been married to my husband, wife, 25 years. Your husband have a stroke. You have a stroke. And you got short-term disability, long-term disability. You need to fill out the paperwork for that. Yeah. But I'm his wife. I can. But I'm her husband. I can. You can fill it out, but that's all you can do. That's all you can do. I had a young couple whose wife got sick and had a stroke, was young, had a stroke, and she had short-term disability insurance, and he went on to initiate the process. They let him initiate it, but when it was time to get that money, that check, and she was still had a trach and all that, and she wasn't fully, you know, awake to make decisions, he couldn't do absolutely nothing because he did not have financial power of attorney. Now, bank accounts, if y'all on joint bank accounts, that's something totally different. All right. If you're on joint bank accounts, you don't have a problem. But if she got a banking account and you got a banking account and y'all name is not on each other bank account, you can't touch it. Husband or wife or anything. You can't touch it. All right. So it's good to have a financial power of attorney. You got to have it. So I'm encouraging you all married couples, you need to get financial power of attorney over each other, unless everything is joint access. But if he has long-term insurance and something happens to him or short-term insurance, only thing you can do is initiate the process. That money will be on hold until they can speak for themselves, unless you have financial power of attorney. All right. Do I need financial power of attorney? If you have assets as a parent and you're older, our older parents don't, they want to keep all their money a secret, no, they want to keep all their business affairs secret. No, your parents need a financial power of attorney. My parents need a financial power of attorney. I know they pay their own bills by themselves, but they need a financial power of attorney. So yeah, you need a financial, everybody needs a financial. I have to give Keandra financial power of attorney for me. And of course, in the financial power of attorney, there is a clause that says I have to be incapacitated. So they can't just take that power of attorney and just go to the bank. No, they can't do that. It says you are incapacitated. You can choose if you want it to be by one doctor or two. That's a decision you have to make. So yeah, that's important. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Was this information helpful? If it was, come on and give me some likes if this information was informative. So our culture, our race, those of us of the Black culture, I said it earlier, we have the worst rate of not documenting our wishes. So my mission today was, because I always get back from my birthday, usually I do the purses of purpose, I do a women empowerment, whatever, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I decided to give back. So, let's do that. Okay. How do you get started? Okay, how do you get started? So Marsha, can you copy the questions in my feed? Okay, so Cam, how do you get started? Okay, so either you can try to do this on your own. Now this is my plug. And listen, y'all, listen, it's my business. Okay, it's my business. I'm like Tabitha, that's my business. No, it's what I do. Okay, in addition to me managing nursing homes and for JCO and state and federal guidelines, it's my business to do senior planning, advanced directive planning, and nursing home planning. So how do you get started? You call me. Because we're doing a lot of virtual things, we hook up to Zoom. And we go over what you want. And I prepare the document. I send the document to you via email. You go over the documents, and then we come together via Zoom, or we can meet in person to sign it. But if I travel to you, there is a travel fee. All right, so for each document, and listen to what I'm finna tell you. If you, what I was gonna say, if I travel to you, it's a travel fee. If you go to an attorney, let me tell you, attorney gonna charge you about $500-600 a month. I mean, per document. All right. My fee for completing one advanced directive, and for your advanced directives, is $60 per document. What does that mean, Yolanda? So if you're getting a financial power of attorney, that's $60. If you're getting a living will, that's $60. If you're getting a medical power of attorney, that's $60. That's $180 for 3 important documents. Or maybe you don't want the medical power of attorney, you just want the living will. So it's $60 per document. So that's $120. So I think that my rates are very reasonable. And if you want to start with me, my business email is abetterwayconsultingconcepts@gmail.com, or you can go on my website, www.abetterwayconsultingconcepts.com, and click on contact us, and I will contact you. All right, I got some more questions. Okay, I answered Catherine Ray. Okay, Marge. Okay, Morgan. So what happens if the person passes away in the middle of completing paperwork? Is there a process? Oh God, did I click off? Is there a process the family can go through, or is all lost? All is lost. All is lost. All is lost. That's why it's important to document it. If mama don't want to be resuscitated and it's not documented, she'll be a full code with an intubation. All is lost. If there is no financial power of attorney involved, you have to probate all, you have to go through the courts to prove that she's incompetent and all that stuff. That's money. That's like $300-400 when you could just pay $60 on the front end to get that done. So yes, all is lost. Okay, how much you charge? Latanya Carter wants to know what happens if you are an organ donor. If you're an organ donor, just put it in your living will. If you're an organ donor, make sure that's documented in your living will. Make sure that's documented in your living will. And if it's documented, we have to honor it. Or if it's on your driver's license, that's a form of documentation too. But I would put it on my living will if I'm an organ donor, because I do ask that question. Do you want to donate your organs? Do you want to donate your body for research? Do you want to be cremated? Do you want an autopsy is another question that I ask. Okay. We was talking about this like this. Yes, we were, Cam. Okay, Karen said, can you go back over the financial power of attorney? You stated the money is on hold. Are you talking about the payoff? Short, yes, ma'am. I'm talking about the short-term disability. If you, let's say you get sick, Karen, you get sick to the point where you're incapacitated. The only thing your husband can do is contact your employer saying, I want to complete the paperwork. Once it gets to that insurance company, you're on hold unless he has power of attorney over you. If he does not have power of attorney, whether you're married or not, they will not go any further, because y'all, it's a lot of untraditional marriages now that they're like, people were saying they were married, and you know, at one time Georgia was not recognizing same-sex marriages and things like that. It's a lot of things, a lot of different things have changed over the years. They're more than traditional marriages now. So that's the form for that clause. So it's important that you all get financial power of attorney of each other. All right, Cam, I give you an appointment. Very good rate. Awesome information. Thank you for sharing tonight. Good rates. Okay, Marsha. Kevin, is it Surrett? Okay. Yes, my name is Yolanda Kagler, and my website is www. And let me type it in here right quick. Keep all your questions coming, because that was my purpose, is to get on and share, because y'all, I need our culture to do better with documenting what we want. Hold on, I can't talk and look down at the same time. Hold on. Don't log off. Okay, yes, if you go to my website, concepts.com, abetterwayconsultingconcepts.com, then you can click on that, and you can go to contact us or contact me. I can contact you out. Does your primary physician and or a local hospital keep these documents or on their computers for files? Absolutely, because everybody's going to paperless records. So when you go, like in Kaiser, like I told you, when I don't know if you were on or not, when I had pneumonia 2 years ago, my information that I gave Kaiser like 2 years prior was uploaded in their system. So when I left Kaiser via ambulance to get to Northside, Northside was able to pull it up because they are a Kaiser sharing hospital. So yes, it's up in the records. Or, if you have a doctor that's keeping paper records, please still give them a copy. Yes. Does your, okay. For each document, is that individual, or if you're married, is it a joint document for power? No, everything is individual. Everything has to be individual. You can't have a joint, power of attorney. It has to be Karen Clark. Oh, girl, your name Karen Clark. Girl, like the Clarks. Look, we've been hanging, and I just realized that. Karen Clark, Karen Clark, want da-da-da-da-da, and then whatever your husband's name is, he would have to have a separate document. So, although it may have sound a little costly, it's still cheaper than what an attorney that you don't need is gonna do. So yeah, so you gotta have a separate document. Hold on. Yes, so everything will be $60 per document. Now we can talk about marriage couple rates. I'm willing to do that. So that's a side conversation. So if your whole family, if you're trying to do it for you and your husband, you're trying to get all documents, we can talk about a special rate. It's my birthday. I'm feeling a little liberal today. So yes, please, our culture got to do better with documenting. You also need y'all need a last will and testament. You need a last will and testament. That keeps people from fighting over your stuff. That keeps families together. Like I said, wills are not secret. They're not secret. You got a whole bunch of assets and stuff, and you got 5 children. You need to spell it out. And we can talk about that. If you want that service, go to my website, www.abetterwayconsultingconcepts.com, and complete the contact us, and I'll contact you. And we can set an appointment virtually, or if we want to meet in person. I do practice social distancing. I'll come with a mask on. If you need that face-to-face outside of Zoom, We can do that. We can do that. But my job today was not to, and I know if everybody who's my friend on Facebook, I said, look, can y'all do this for me for my birthday? Can you do this? But I really want to give you all some powerful knowledge. All right. We share a lot of stuff, but this is information that need to be shared. Okay. They give you the advanced directive paperwork for you to fill out. However, people do not know those technical terms or options to make informed decisions in order to answer your questions. You are the first person I've seen offering this information. So who do we go to for help fill out the form? Now you can come to me, or if you don't want to pay for my services and me helping you, I can do, I do a 10, 15-minute free consultation to help you fill that out. But if you book me for your services, then I sit with you to make sure you understand absolutely everything. And before you sign it, I make sure that we both understand, that you both understand, or whoever understands that these are your wishes that you want documented. Yes. So they do give you the advanced directive form. I don't really like that form because it doesn't explain anything. I actually have someone's right here that they asked me to redo it. And I have to redo it for her because she didn't understand. I don't know what I did with it. She didn't understand everything that she was, she just didn't understand the terms. So I had to break it down for her. So, I'm willing to take that time to sit with people to do that. And like I said, it is my business. So I just can't freelance and just give my services away. We were going to pay for an attorney. So you can just pay me. And like I said, my rates, I believe, are very, very reasonable. And you don't need an attorney for that. I am a social worker. I've been a social worker over 20 years, and I have worked in this industry a long time. So that's why I'm considered an expert as it pertains to advanced directive planning. So does anybody have any other questions? Please remember, you can contact me via my website. My email address is abetterwayconsultingconcepts at gmail.com. That's my email address. My phone number is 470-495-1810. 470-495-1810. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Do you do out of state? Absolutely. I have all 50 states informational. So yes, for information. So I can do any state, anywhere. Your rate is 10% of what the attorneys charge. That's beyond reasonable. We would spend. Absolutely, Morgan. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Is it Murdine? Oh, I know Miss Murdine, I believe. Miss Silman, tell her I said thank you. Thank you so much for all this information. Thank you. I'm so glad. I just give back. If you knew me knew me last year, I do something big for somebody every year, whether it's giving away toiletries, whether I collected tampons and pads for high school kids. And I do Purses of Purpose every year, and I'm not able to do that this year. So is there a way to replay this for my hubby? It should be on, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. And my YouTube channel is Yolanda Kagler, or I think it's Lady Kagler, but I'll post it. I'm trying to figure out, if you go to my website, I'll have instructions, but it's gonna be on YouTube as well. So I'm going to share that. I'm going to share the information to YouTube. Yes. And what I could do is I can post it to Marsha's page, and you can see it on Marsha's page. But if you go to Marsha's page, the video still should be there, but I'll put the YouTube clip on Marsha's page so you can have it. Yes. Yes. Any other questions from anybody else's watch party? Now listen, remember, if you want my services, please just email me. But I hope that you will learn. I hope you've learned something tonight that will help you make some decisions. Remember, everybody born of a woman has to keep that appointment to die. You don't get an option. You wouldn't have an option to be born. You don't have an option to check out. So that's something that you're going to do. So we have to be comfortable in sharing this information. I mean, complete this information, because we all going to die. We're all going to be at somebody's funeral home. So gotta make some wise decisions. We're doing the Comes with a lot. I will be in touch very soon. My husband tuned in, and you were very, thank you. Again, if couples are doing it, I'm being liberal today. Now, if you don't contact me and put that in, I'm not gonna give you the rate after maybe Friday, the couple rate. So if you're interested, you gotta be able to make an appointment within the next week or two, but I need to hear from you before Friday. So if you're doing a couple rate for you and your husband, or make sure thank you for saying happy birthday to me. Thank you. So if you're doing a couple rate, you need to go to my website, put that information in so I can put you on a calendar and we can do schedule a Zoom for you. Yes. We'll come back later at another time to talk about last will and testament. You all need one. You got houses, you got land, you got money, you got children, or if you don't have children, you need a last will and testament. So make sure you tune in for that. So I'm able to help you with all of those services. I am Yolanda Kagler. It's been a pleasure sharing my platform with you. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I will see you soon. Don't forget, go to my website, and you all have a blessed night. My daughter is cooking my birthday dinner, so I'm going to partake. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great one. Bye-bye.